Hi, I'm Ari Bortman. We're here in Yardley, Pennsylvania. Welcome to our solar home tour. Here you can see our system, 26 Jinko 310 modules, so just over 8 kW with EcoX mounting.
Alright, so on this tour I'd like to show you, well, we've already seen the panels, so then we'll take a look at some things that they're running, some upgrades that we've installed in our home to transition to all electric. Then we'll take a look at the effect that's had on our electric bill, and then we'll take a look at some online panel level and circuit level monitoring here in our house.
Here it is from the other angle, right on the front of the house. Nice southern exposure there.
Alright, here behind these bushes is our SolarEdge inverter. So the panels produce DC electricity, and with the SolarEdge system, they all have panel level DC optimizers, and that DC, those DC strings all come here into this inverter, which converts that DC into AC electricity, which is what the appliances in your homes use.
Here is one place all of our solar power goes. We got our EV, Chevy Volt. We installed this class 2 charger so that it can charge up in about 4 hours to a full charge.
Here's the inside of the Volt. Drives great, surprising amount of trunk space, and on that full charge you can get, give or take, about 50 miles depending on what kind of roads you're driving on. Then it has a backup gas engine that kicks in to make sure you don't get stranded anywhere.
Let's come on down here into the basement. A little bit cluttered, a little bit dark, but you can see over here is a high efficiency heat pump heater. So we use this to run our heating and cooling. Even though we're on a block that has access to gas, we're starting to transition our home to all electric with appliances like these.
Another great upgrade, our programmable thermostat. Make sure we're heating and cooling the house efficiently and not heating and cooling it when we're not here. We're always here right now, but for the most part.
So first we can take a look here at our Pico bill. Here on the electric line you can see, we'll scroll down and we'll see that's really just customer charges. We do still have an electric range, so even with that heat pump we've got a little bit of a gas bill, but if we scroll down here we can see that our electric bill is all this customer charge. This graph down here is generally incorrect for solar customers, so we'll not pay too much attention to that. What we will pay attention to is up here in the top right. We can see that our total usage, this is what came in, and this is what went out. So the way things work with solar energy is when you are producing more energy from your panels than you're using in your home, you're going to export that extra energy out to the grid. And when you're doing the opposite, when you're using more than you're producing, maybe at night when the sun isn't out and all the lights are on, then you're going to bring in energy. And what you're going to pay for at the end of the month is the balance, what went out minus what came in minus what went out, excuse me. So you can see these two numbers are very, very similar. And the reason our charge is basically zero is in this message, it's telling us that we have a banked distribution of energy. We have banked electricity, 483 kilowatt hours, from months when we've exported more than we've imported. And we can use 14 of those banked kilowatt hours to offset our usage this month and get us down to zero. I can get some more information about your bill. If you're a Pico customer here in Pennsylvania, if you go log into your Pico account, you go to My Account, you hit My Usage, and then you come down here to View My Usage. This will default pop you up to Year View, but I really like to go to Day View because it shows you this graph of daily temperature and just what we were looking at, that how much energy is going in or out of your home. And what you can see is early in the day, the sun is down, you're using more energy than you're producing. Then the sun starts to rise. Here, what's this, around 9 a.m., your panels start to produce more than you're using. And then as the sun starts to set in the evening, starts to get cooler, 5 p.m., you start to turn the lights on in your house. Maybe down here you turn the air conditioning on to go to sleep, and you start to import more than you're exporting. So this is the extremely cool part. Here we're on our SolarEdge real-time panel level monitoring. So I'm actually here in the layout tab, and as you can see, in real time, we can see the production of every one of our panels. If you remember, this is the layout that they're up there on our roof. You can see maybe this panel over here in this corner is getting a touch of shade. And I can even hit here, show playback. Here's today's playback, so you can see, just as we were describing, it was dark, the sun rose, looks like there were some clouds around here around 11 a.m. Sun, and the sunset around 6 p.m. You can even roll this back to the past week. Let that load up, and so you can see here. So there's, I guess, 7 days ago, a little bit cloudy. 6 days ago, nice sunny day. Then we've got another cloudy day in here, and what you can do is you can just play through that, and it will show you, even again at a panel level, how panels are doing. On this cloudy day, we can skip it ahead here to this sunny day. We can see all of our panels producing. I'm gonna take us back here to our main dashboard tab of our monitoring. Here I have pulled up last month, so the full month. This is our daily production monitoring. So you can see some days it was cloudy, some days it was nice and sunny. An aspect of this dashboard that a lot of people really like is this right here. These environmental benefits basically equates how much carbon emissions you've prevented or you've offset by producing energy with your solar panels. And then of course you can keep coming down. This shows comparative from year to year. So our data here only compares this year to last year because we recently, about 2 years ago, switched over from Enphase microinverters to this system of SolarEdge panel level DC optimizers and a main inverter. Lots of videos on YouTube about the difference between those, but we can see the difference between last year and this year. Last year in blue, this year in green. A bit of a sunnier spring last year. But as we all certainly remember, this summer has been extremely hot. Real sunny summer months here. Our production even started to dip between last year's summer, possibly because it was so hot that it actually started to impede our panels production. And you can find also a lot more about that on YouTube. Poly versus monocrystalline solar panels and how they deal with the heat. This is our SolarEdge panel level monitoring. All right, here we have another tremendously cool tool called Sense Monitoring, home.sense.com. And what this is doing is comparing our solar output to the demands of all the other circuits in our home. It's actually not that impressive right now. I'm doing this in the evening. You can see our solar production is pretty low, and the air conditioning is on actually. So we're getting a big electrical draw from all these other circuits. But during the day, this solar bubble is real big. Compared to the other ones. And what you can see that this system has done is it has learned, we didn't input any of this information, it learned from electrical signatures from every device in our home where those devices are, and it can tell you minute by minute when things turn on, when things turn off. Right here's our fridge condenser turning on. It turned off a few minutes before that. It knows that our electric vehicle is plugged in there. And what we can even do is we can come to the meter over here, and we can see over the course of the day. So here, oh man, our solar production is low. Orange is solar, red is our demand. But if we go earlier on in the day, here we go, to when our solar was really kicking. That's only 4 o'clock. We can go even towards the middle of the day more. There we go. But you can see the trends. Here's our red usage. Here's something jumped up. Maybe the fridge turned on again there. Here we can see on our orange solar line, maybe some clouds moved in. And so what is really incredible about this is that the system just can know what every circuit is by its electrical signature. Sometimes we'll have to put in a little bit of input. It'll say like a motor turned on, and we'll know that's the garage door opener. But a very cool tool.
Thanks for watching the tour, and I hope this helps you go solar too.